to the MCTC Anime Club. I am Crimson Lord.
Quicks of the Green Knight at your service.
Shonen Jump 24/7.
Yeah, Shonen's jumping in for this one.
And we will be discussing the movie Summer Wars today.
What?
Anybody want to start?
It's your
I'll
job.
start then. How to explain Summer Wars?
Mega Man, the movie. Oh, come on, do not tell me this does not have similarities to Mega Man.
A little.
Except everyone uses the laptops and phones and handhelds.
Or yeah. Or at one point someone used a DS.
So yeah, it's one of those times. It's like one of those movies where it's animated, and the entire economy of Japan and the world relies solely on an internet bias called Oz, where everything is there. Their information, accounts, everything you can name. Everything's done by Oz these days in this movie.
Kind of similar to the Oasis.
And as such, everyone has a unique avatar that represents them in that world. But in the real world, they're just normal humans. Nothing special, nothing action-packed, just...
Well...
Don't say it. So, how this movie kicks off?
Girl asks guy for a job, guy does a job, has to be her pretend boyfriend. Well, fiance, but yeah. Same idea.
Right, and the person playing that is Kenji, a typical mathlete, runner-up, computer geek.
He's a high school senior, I believe, because I believe it says he's going into college. His summer job is an administrator for Oz, and basically, yeah, he's the pretend fiance to Natsuki, who's the girl he has to be. Well, I don't think I need to explain that one. And, well, that's all I'll say about that part.
But in reality, he's just a typical code monkey who's in charge of maintenance on the OS server.
I kind of just said he was an administrator for Oz. You didn't need to repeat that fact.
But actually, I think I put it into the more shorter version. Or, I don't know.
You just...
The point is, he gets sent all the way out to the boonies to meet her family, which is having this big blowout for the grandmother.
And it's her 90th birthday?
Yeah.
And he gets to meet every one of Natsuki's family that we will not be going into detail because this lady's family is huge.
Oh, a couple.
We'll mention a couple, but we cannot mention everyone. Yeah. We wouldn't be able to keep
too many
track.
Now, either way, this starts out as the simple family get-together, meet the relatives, say hello to the grandmother.
And after our strange email where she tries to solve the math problem...
He. You said she.
He. I said he.
Kenji tries to solve this math problem that's sent to his text.
Email, I think it is, not text.
Well, whatever. Point is, he solves it, then for some reason there was a little prank on the phone. Seems harmless, but then next day everything's in chaos.
Oz has been hacked.
And despite how and it seems he's the one who's taking the blame for everything since his avatar is causing the mischief, even though he's
his
not a
account.
His accounts.
Saying his avatar, well, it's technically correct. It's more his account that's doing all this trouble. And then we meet the mate who's actually doing this, Love Machine. Awkward name for the program, but it's slightly fitting if you think about it in certain ways.
Basically, it's the main villain, an artificial intelligence whose main purpose is to hack accounts and use them to his advantage, which he uses to cause major chaos.
Emphasis on major chaos. Again, bringing this back to the Mega Man. You literally need more security on the internet if you can have it connected to everything. That was a very good theme in all 6 Battle Network games.
And I know what you're thinking. So he's got a few accounts. Big deal. Well, since everything in the world revolves around Osworld, he's basically ruining everything. Traffic systems, health calls, fire department rescues. Basically false alarms that can be messed up.
Making traffic, and it's not just a few accounts. By the end, he has all them accounts, pretty much. Yeah. On that note, I think that's the best we can summarize for plot. So, on to characters. We've already talked about Kenji a little, so let's go into Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's the female, right? Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Natsuki is the person that asks Kenji to join her.
The girl he's engaged with.
Right.
Engaged.
My memory is fuzzy. I don't see this movie too often.
We just saw it!
Anyway, Natsuki, yeah. Not sure how I can best describe her.
Upbeat, Genki girl kind of character. She basically, in a way, starts the plot. Because if it wasn't for her, Kenji would not have been there.
True. Basically, she's the one loved by all of her family.
She's the pretty girl next door, in a way, character. And you see, she's great with her little family members, and we get amusing scenes with her and Kenji.
Right. If anything, she's the one who is the closest to her grandmother, especially since they are both playing Hanafuda.
Which leads to a literal, best use of the line, card games decide anything. Literally everything.
Well,
Spoiler, but it gets resolved with a card game. She'd
Right.
make a great Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist.
Right, anyway, all she does is get things started, that's all we can say. If we said any much, I think we might give way to spoilers.
To be honest, there was at least probably going to be one or two spoilers no matter what we said. These reviews are kind of hard to do without spoilers, so we apologize. So there might be a few minor spoilers. We're going to mention that now.
Well, anyway, how's about we move on to the fighter of the movie,
King Kazuma.
and
How the hell did they put those commands in like that?
in real life, his name is Kazuma. He just uses Kazuma for a screen name.
So, like SAO players, their name usually has something to do with their character.
Basically, I know what you're thinking. Sounds tough, right? Basically, he's like a really tall, martial arts, big-eared rabbit.
Hey, we know what rabbits can do. Haven't you ever played Fire Emblem Awakening? Pen and yarn?
I hope you're not talking about bunny girls.
Well, one of them's a bunny girl. She's still a badass. Or Final Fantasy XII. Fran, you have not seen that lady berserk.
Basically, King Kazuma is the one person who was able to take on a love machine till he got stronger by absorbing accounts.
By literally eating them. He's Kirby. I'm sorry, that was too good of a joke. I had to make that one.
And we know this is sort of a cliche plot. The star player who's at the top of his game, the best in the world, then this new guy comes along and whoops his butt.
Twice. Again, he cheated, so what do you expect?
True. So, Shonen, have you got anything to add for the characters?
No.
The best
For
thing
those-
is... Sorry, do you want to
For
continue?
those characters, I don't.
I think one more thing we could add, talk about for Kazuma, the king character's actual account holder is he seems like that quiet little kid, but he seems like the cool and collective, especially like in that one scene when Kenji's first trying to figure out what's going on. Like he's like literally, can I borrow you? Ask calmly. Like he's just like so calm, collected. So Kenji's like literal freaking the hell out. Like literally, he also shows that like protective big brother to his unborn. I think it's they said sister. Yeah,
Anyway.
somebody. Again, this family is huge. Remember, every single thing is just impossible with them.
Well, but in the end, he's one of the few people who actually saved Kenji's butt from being arrested by proving his innocence in all this.
Yes.
And speaking of arrested, should we go on to the most hated character of the...
Shota, the cop who doesn't do anything good.
And is real protective of his niece.
Yeah, almost. Because if it wasn't with what most
Cousin.
cousin.
My bad.
And again, this family is huge. Remembering the connections is we need a piece of paper with a guide, and even then, we need like literally a jabbled family tree.
I would honestly describe him as a loud, annoying monkey.
Yeah, pretty
Yes.
much. He literally. The only thing we could say he does nice is he gets off Kenji's back when it's there. No, Kenji didn't do anything. You actually have to remind he's a cop. He can arrest people.
Yep.
Yet he's a major screw-up.
And especially as one of our clubmates, Delta, pointed out, you don't put the handcuffs in front of them because it'll instantly choke you with them still in that position. Fortunately, Delta's not here to remind us of that fact. He had to leave, so yeah.
And it just goes to show you, how did he become a cop?
Apparently, Japanese cops have a real low.
There's probably not many threatening people out in the boonies, so.
Still, you want a competent cop? He's worse than
Hey, it could be worse. He could be
Channing
driving a bike.
Tatum in the first 21 Jump Street before he got topped by Jonah Hill.
Like I said, it could be worse. He could be driving a bike instead of a car.
Actually, I think he would do better with the bike. Apparently,
Anyway.
as we saw Natsuki with whoever was on the motorcycle, they were able to get through part of that traffic. Literally, the only reason Kenji doesn't get arrested by Shota, he couldn't get through traffic. That's why you have a siren, man.
Still. Anyway, who wants to talk about the uncle?
Bobby's
Kaz?
gay.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Cop. No, but that's his dad. No, wait, no. I was thinking
Whatever.
Cosmos, whoever his
Uncle
sensei.
Bobby's gay.
Ah,
Probably has one of the funniest lines you could say to a kid. The whole, what are you looking on your phone?
oh yeah.
I won't repeat it because it's more than PG-13, I think.
Right.
Just the fact that he says that to a small child.
Well,
What's his job in America? In America? Ninja.
Anyway.
That
So,
guy can
Uncle
drive,
Bobby's
though.
gay.
Yeah.
Quick step. I think we've been talking a little too much. Shonen, have you got anything to add to the uncle?
I'm good.
Alright.
We will say this: he's a center part of the plot. He's
Basically, the one family member who's hated. by
He's
the-
also not exactly he's hated for a reason. He ran off with a bunch of their money for a certain reason that we again cannot go into because it's plot important. He's one of the most plot important characters here, and his relationship with his family is he's Granny Sake's adopted
Adopted son's
son,
her husband's illegitimate child.
which she took in anyways and treated as her own.
Yep. Well, I think we've gotten to the major characters, right? Or is there any more?
Takashi?
Sakuma,
Sakuma.
the friend.
Oh,
Also
right.
the grandma. We didn't mention the grandma.
Alright,
True.
Digiface. Or Pixel Face, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's again, and one thing with Oz, you can have pretty much any range of
Have-
Yeah.
avatars.
Yeah.
Again, like NetNavis, they can be anything pretty much. Like literally, like you can have a digitalized face, whatever the heck Kenji's was, a rabbit, Natsuki who looks like a dog girl, or a squid ninja.
I think Kenji's was at first a mouse-human hybrid, but then got shipped off to a gold squirrel.
No, the Gord Squirrel is the guest account he pretty much got borrowed. So yeah, digital face. He's again like Kenji an Oz administrator who pretty much takes over while Kenji's off on this adventure pretending to be Natsuki's fiance. And he pretty much helps as that just connection with Oz, helping out with like getting various hacked and figure out what's going on, and proving Kenji's innocence.
Basically, he's the ears in the city.
I would say another way he's Kenji's guy in the chair. Spider-Man Homecoming reference. Ned's. He's mission control basically. He keeps everyone informed, and like the first thing he needs when Kenji needs, who does he get called? Yeah, that's honestly pretty much he can say all that he gets to say about his character.
Yep.
And last but not least,
Sensei?
The granny.
Granny.
Yes. I don't know. This girl, the granny's a badass. For
Yep.
two major reasons. She literally charged a guy with a freaking Nagenta?
She took a...
I think that's the exact a Japanese spear, basically. Basically, the
So-
weapons you can see in Fire Emblem on the Hoshido side, the spear weapons.
So, this sweet little old lady, who is always serious about her family, and can always be gentle at some times, in the huge crisis, everyone running around all confused.
She literally grabs her phone and calls people with a landline. Just She's basically the big good of the
Right.
this
She
movie.
pretty much is like rallying the troops from her family members to her acquaintances. Getting
With a
them to
literal
rely
phone.
getting to rely on their older technology instead of their phones, which are being messed up by a love machine.
It really just like screwing everything up, just screwing with everyone. That's all I'm gonna say with that line. But yeah, she has two that just show up literally like the whole. She picks up her phone and literally just drums up the war with just her phone and charging Ski with a literal Japanese spear, and has some of the best reactions. Like when we find out when the family finds out who Kenji literally is, she just shrugs it off. Like it's like you guess she pretty much figured out and just rolls with that. And has one of the best last scenes in the entire movie.
Yep.
Just because you just don't expect it, but it works the best.
Mm-hmm.
So, good highlights of the movie?
I think all we've said are the good highlights.
Any bad points? Because honestly, I got none.
Showed
I
up.
don't have any.
Showed up.
Why don't
Oh.
I shut up?
Yeah,
Just
maybe a
showed
little
up.
bit.
Just showed up. Too much of a jerk.
So,
And it comes off a creep because it feels like he's the one who might seem like crushing on his niece.
Cousin.
Cousin! You've already heard my comment about this whole jumble up family way too much times. It's almost impossible to find out everyone's role.
Yep.
Honestly, the only other thing I would say is possible and negative is I feel like they don't give enough into how the controls of Oz works. As we see people on their phones accessing Oz, a pretty much a DS. I want to know how the hell you make all those squid moves with that, or a computer. Like some of it makes sense, but some of it, like I wish they go into a little more details with Oz.
I think they gave a pretty good intro at the beginning. Well, if that's the only bad point, should we move on to scoring then?
Hi. Sorry. Ow.
As for myself, I'll give it 5 rabbits on the rabbits.
Okay.
5 out of 5 Oz accounts.
And I'll give it 5 out of 5. I don't have any funny.
5 out of 5 duels.
There we go.
Well, till then, this is the anime.
Oh, that's 15 out of 15. So
Perfect
Summer
score.
Wars gets an A+.
Until then,
Catch us next week as we watch. What are we watching next week again?
I'm Psycho.
Mob Psycho. That'll be fun.
till then, this is the MCTC Anime Club signing off.